All right, let's see what happens. It tells us the speed of the train over here, 27 kilometers per hour. So it got down to 23 on that climb. Okay, let's flick to this train. Yeah, it's much slower. That's a huge difference. Oh my god. Well, that answers that one. That's not even a competition, is it? Oh my god, this one's on its way back. I tell you what, this one's going quite quick. Wait a minute. This thing's doing 90 k's downhill. It was at a top speed rating. What? What's she trying to do? The problem is she wants to go to the bathroom as well, and that's up the ladder. So she's too weak to make it to the toilet. What on earth is going on now? And the best thing is, everybody just stands by and watches. Dupes are very special people, you're not kidding. Wait, somebody has to come and punch that? What? This powered machine actually has to have people to come and punch it. You are absolutely having a laugh. Warehouse is full of water.
Hi everybody, steam locomotive emoji, steam locomotive emoji.
Steam locomotive emoji. Thank you, Hambone, for the steam locomotive emoji and 102 months. I just love these guys here are just literally trapped in an air bubble. They haven't died and they can't go anywhere.
Jeff, if we just stand in this corner, keep breathing, Jeff. Don't look behind you, Jeff. No, it's all water, mate. And we'll be good. Somebody will come and rescue us.
They've been there for ages. I feel like I need to rescue them, but I can't yet. I haven't got the husbandry skill. I feel like I've got a rough start here. This guy needs a toilet quickly. Oh no. Ken, what did you do? No. Ken's just gone to the bathroom on the floor. Oh, not great. Not great. We've got polluted water everywhere now. There's Pups. And he's gone straight past. The irony here, right? This thing is drowning because it has no oxygen. Pups is the only one that can rescue it, and he's getting oxygen for himself before he then goes down to get this thing, at which point it's going to be dead anyway. Pick it up. That's it. Stick it in a bag filled with water. Unbelievable. Let's see what comes out of this bag. Hey! It lived! It actually lived! Amazing. I mean, it's not like we're going to kill it for food at some point. Ooh, it just made coal. Nice.
Good evening. I mostly see your VODs. It's nice to see you live. Mostly and busy.
I agree. It is nice to see me live. I'm glad to see me live as well. I'm happy to be live. I really am. That's it. Brush his teeth. Give it a little makeover. Yeah, Imp says, you're doing a great job there, Pups. Look at that. That's one happy little hatch right there. I do already have a vent. But here's the thing. That vent won't vent because it's overpressured, which makes me think this vent won't vent, which means that whole thing won't work. Which is an interesting problem, is if that vent can't vent, what does it do? That vent can't vent. Exactly. If it can't vent, it stops the whole vent, which means no vent. How can that not be a vent? Vertical railroads. Need to process that. Oh, I can show you better than that. Here's an industry. There's a track right over the top of it. You think that's good? Well, here's an industry with a station on top. Now we can pick up things with track that runs right over the top of the industry. Can't do that in Transport Fever. Right, this is where we start. It's raining salt water. I wonder if the fall from that poker shell will kill it. It's going to be interesting. Oh, there he goes. Whoa! Oh my god, the water's gone this way. No! Can we even mop this? This thing's having all... Oh, the water's gone. Oh god. This is not going well. Quick, mop it all up. Good morning, happy Sunday. Congrats on remembering the start of the stream time being 10 o'clock. I was just looking around this area near the top of the base. I was just looking at this thinking, oh, this is all dead space now. And then I noticed something. I noticed the polluted water pitch pump has managed to empty this. All that's gone. I don't know where they've put it, but they've moved it. So I guess I should probably empty this space, really. So then I thought, hang on, I'll probably need a source of polluted water just so we can bottle some when we need it. So I looked at this, I thought I'd probably just start collecting that. So I've just scheduled a job to start building this here. I mean 4 AM on Amici. I can't help what time zones people are on. Need to be so careful not to mix that into that. 60 Celsius. I need to find a use for this water. I do have an idea. Right, so I was thinking about a drowning tank last night. I think I can make one over here, probably. A little drowning room. Needs to be 4x4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4x4 with a door. Could put it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Deconstruct, deconstruct. Let's get rid of that. That way we're not have so many hatches around. What does this conveyor look like? Oh, that's the egg thing. Okay. I need another critter sensor in here, that's what I need. Actually, don't build that though. Build it there. Right, mechanized airlock. Put that like that. Like that. Gonna get rid of this. Critter sensor, right. Send a green if it's below a certain number.
Good
Do we
morning,
count critters
Paul.
or eggs?
Hope you are well. I have just got myself a new PC, gone from a 1060 to a 4070. Now I can finally play games without any issues.
10.6 to a 47. 3 series upgrade. Man, that is a jump, Adam. Thank you for 5 months. Enjoy. John E, thank you for 97 months. Armin gifting 5 subs to the chat. Thank you very much, Armin. If you got a sub, please give me a thank you. Madness with 97 and Mikey with 56. Just gonna get this powered in. Gonna wire up there. Don't think we'll need that. I think I'm not sure about is if they can get... Oh, can they jump 2 squares? Let's see what happens if they do that. Oh, they can go over it without opening it. Oh, that's cool. That answers that one. Right, so next thing I need to flood this with water. Let me slow it down a second. I'd like to use salt water because I'm not using it for anything else, but getting it up here is a bit of a pain. I could just use the irrigation water on the basis that we have a lot of it. Since we're filling that up, I could just ask him to bottle it and bring it over here. That's the current bottle emptier for water, isn't it? Put that on low priority. Can we pop this here somewhere? Wait, why are they grabbing all that stuff? Once this door's open, they won't be able to get over there, will they? Need to move all that. Put it in the tank for now. I don't think that's going to work. It won't fill up properly. If that's... Hang on. If that's underwater and you ask it to put water in it, surely it's just not going to fill it completely full. I think bottling it's going to take forever. You need one layer of water. Not to drown them. They'll just jump out. If it's one layer of water, they'll just keep jumping out, won't they? They've got to fill it up. Decisions. Where does that pump go? That's the irrigation pump. Could use that, but then I don't really want to empty that. I could use polluted water. How many tiles are there? 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11. That's not quite enough. What if I punch over here and grab this lot? Has that got germs in it? No. Let's do that. If I punch through here, that chlorine will drop away anyway. If your room is flat and have no place to jump, then one layer of water is fine. What do you mean I've no place to jump? Can they jump out of this? So as while that door's open, I can't do sciencey things. Are you saying to me, if I put one layer of water here, they'll drown? There they can walk on the roof. Yeah, not if they're just hatchlings. But can they not just jump up and grab oxygen like that?
Again, thanks to Dutch for being awesome and finally hit 40 months, so Thorla hype.
You're nearly sure that it'll work. Genius. I'm still unsure. It's going to take a long time to fill them squares up with bottled water. Yeah, I don't think polluted water gives off polluted oxygen, does it? I think the polluted oxygen comes from the the slime when you drop it on the ground. It does. Okay. Doesn't say it in the manual. Okay. Jimmy, thank you for 7 months. Dutch, thank you for giving us up to Fadian. Thank you for a double top 40 months, Fadian. Now I just realised a problem. Now I just realised a big problem. Good job I spotted that. For all these years, I finally realised why Paul calls 40 months double top darts. Well done, Alan Bowen. That is indeed why I call it double top. Did you never think to ask? I'm going to use that one for that. I don't want to punch too far into that abyss of light. Group that together. Good morning, streamer. Good morning, viewer. It could have snuck up because you call 50 months bullseye. Yes, I do. What on earth? Right, send a green signal if it's below... I don't know how many we need in here. How many eggs should we have sat around in here? Or critters, or anything? 12? That's more. That seems like a lot. That should pretty much close that vent. Right, that's collected all that. At the very least, we can put a pump in here now. Or, sorry, not a pump, a bottle thingy. Where is it? Might as well deconstruct that thing. The last drowning room I saw was taller and the floor and the door was above a pool. Okay. What's your point? Deconstruct. We'll leave them wash basins. There's a lot of stuff I need to grab. Waiting iron ore delivery. Point is, how do you intend to get a live hatch into the water? I don't. This only works for eggs. I'm just going to... Once I've got this in place, I will slay the remaining hatchlings. And the eggs will get moved into the... Like, basically, there's a big pile of stuff in here that needs to be cleaned out. So we kind of have to initialize that room, and then after that it won't get out of control. How many troops have you lost so far? I have lost a sum total, if I can find it. One. Dig it down. I lost one, and it wasn't even my fault. He died because of dupe stupidity. Got him trapped, and then when they came to rescue him, they didn't rescue him. They started to build other things instead of rescuing the guy. Right? So he died, and then I printed another dupe, called him Digger Dan 2, and he came and helped to build the memorial stone of the original Digger Dan. That's how messed up that was. In fact, here comes Digger Dan 2 right now. Reincarnated. He helped to build his own gravestone. Did I put what on the highest priority? Yeah, I tried. Don't you worry about that. You can watch it back on the stream. I put him on, like, red alert and everything. Didn't make any difference. Right, come on. They need to get building stuff. Have we not got any iron? We've got 13 tons of iron ore and we're waiting for an iron ore delivery. What's going on? Not on this stream, no. A few streams ago. That was a little while back. Like cycle... I can't remember what cycle it was. 150, I guess? rad bolts. Is there any particular research we should be getting right now? Brachine flow. We've got renewable energy, so we've got access to the steam turbine. Conveyor shut off superheated forging. My god, there's stuff in here I don't even know about. Durable life support. Protects a rocket during takeoff. Rad bolt containment. Stores rad bolts in a high energy state ready for transport. Blimey. Radiation protection. A lead suit pattern. Interesting. Advanced sanitation, a decontamination shower, uses water to remove germs and radiation. Wow. That's pretty cool. Advanced caffeination, espresso machine, a large liquid fuel tank, and a mercury ceiling light. How are they in the same group? Stores liquid fuel piped into it to supply a rocket engine. Okay. And then an espresso machine, all in the same science group. Yeah, because that makes sense. Soda fountain, bleachstone refinery. Interesting. Molecular forge. Oh, transit tubes. I should probably start researching that. Ready for when we get plastic. Glass blowing. Let's cue that one. The rocket fuel must be coffee. Yeah, that's some caffeine. So the CO2 is just getting pushed right down the base now. That's filling up nicely. Tomorrow morning, your car's going in for a blood transfusion. Otherwise known as an oil change. Okay. Right, finally managed to build this. Power use 3. What was that? Something spiked the power. That vent should be shut off now. There we go. Right, so all hatch eggs in here will now go into here, and this is going to get flooded with water just as soon as I can build this. .6. That's a lot of stuff on that wire. Got that one available, that one available. What are our wire options? Conductive can do 2 kilowatts. Heavy does 50. I thought I saw a 4 kilowatt wire. Are your options basically just wire at 1 kilowatt, conductive wire at 2 kilowatts, and then you go heavy watt at 20, heavy conductive at 50, but there's nothing at like 4. See, the large power transformer is limited to 4 kilowatts, so where's the 4 kilowatt wire? You can get away with a 2x1 drowning chamber if you put mechanized airlock above it and close it automatically if there's a critter in a pool. Yeah. Does that need to be 4 by... Can that just be like 4 by 2? Can I just make that smaller? Like that? So they just move between 2 squares. Would that not work? Like move the chute here. And then just fill those 8 squares with water. Might be easier. I'm going to try it. Why put that there? Get rid of that. Must be a way of mass moving these guys. So I wanted to let you know that I won't ever stop annoying you because it's literally free and you know I love a good bargain. Mr. Deathers. Okay. Sounds like a generic message to me. Now the other thing I'm concerned about, if those 2 are open, they won't be able to walk across there, will they? If I force that open for a minute. Because I'm guessing when that's open, they can't walk across it. Because they can't go across 2 squares, can they? What if I put a bit of a ladder there? It's a dad joke. Ah, gotcha. You never know. There's that many trolls on the internet, mate. You never know. So can they get across there now? Let's see what he does. Can they get over there? I don't think they can, which means if I put a tap here, they can't get across there until it's finished. Why is your YouTube chat lagging on the stream overlay? My YouTube chat's not on the stream overlay. Thanks to Twitch's latest rules, I have to get rid of it. Basically, Twitch is very protective of its platform now, so you can't show chat from another platform or send people over there or even have messages popping up on the screen thanking them for gifting or whatever. It's ridiculous. But it is what it is. Until they change it, I have to run by the rules. Or risk getting banned off the platform. Which I don't really want. Right, water. Can they get water from somewhere? Get water from here. Let me just double check we've got a barbecue on the menu up here. We've got omelettes, barbecues on the infinite storage. I think we might need another fridge. It's a lot of 120 watt storage, this. What do we do with that? Rotten pickled meal. How do we delete it? Is it better to store food in CO2 or in chlorine? Compost it. Well, I suppose we have a composter. Presume it goes there, right?
Just popping in and saying hello, and I'm currently trying to catch up on how we are doing. Love these streams. Although it is quite frustrating watching it back when I can't help you, like when you are live. Ross Grove.
Thank you for the bits, Punter Boy. Okay, they're currently not filling this. He's just picked up some water. I think he might be onto it. It's going to take a while to transfer water. Oh no, he just filled the bottle thing with it. Okay, I'm just going to revert. We're just going to pump it out of there. Let's get this built and get it pumped. I need to stay well away from that. Absolutely stay well away from that. It's surrounded in a circle of abyssalite, and that's the way it's staying. Why is this not being scheduled to... They're not building this, and I don't know why. Right, get that built. Right, I need to worry about how we're going to power this thing. What I was thinking of doing was trying to get this, because this, yeah, this is way, way, way overused. Way overused. I need to split that. Where can we split it? This comes out here. There's a branch here which has got some high-powered thing on it. Okay, right, what we'll do... Cheap fix, but we'll go this way. Into that. I hate the way the game freezes like that when you're about to do something. It's so frustrating. Right, so that should be a little bit better. We've got 1.5 on that and 3 on that now. That's still a bit high, but it's not... It's only like 120 watt auto sweepers and stuff. And these things just only take power when they need to. Where on earth are all the suits? Just got like missing Atmos suits again. No. I don't know where these Atmos suits disappear to. You got bacon rolls. Nice. Why are they refusing to build this piece of ladder? Right, I now need a liquid vent. A signal switch on that so we can control it. Right, food's more than good. We've got stuff accumulating here again, as expected. We need a liquid vent here. Bit of plumbing there. And the drowning machine is nearly ready. This is extraordinary. I don't get why they're not building this ladder. Okay, that's almost ready to rock and roll. I think it's packed out. Why is it just not being built? It's just kind of weird. Okay. So freshwater tanks being made. The water is flowing. Oh, they built it now. That must have been bugged out somehow. That's really weird. There we go. Right, now we can do a mass attack on them. Is there a mass relocate? Mass move, here we go. Move debris. I don't want to move debris, I want to move eggs. Specifically. To add mods, must move to... Let's get these moved. I've got like a couple of mods. One for letting me zoom out is the main one. Should get moved over. Got to keep my eye on this now because this could fill up without me noticing. Ooh. Is that germs on the ladder? Not in the water. Isn't it weird how germs don't move? Wait a minute, there are germs in that pipe. Okay, let's solve that. It's weird, it says 0 surface germs in the water. Yeah, that pipe definitely has a few germs in it. 0 surface contents. Actually, are the germs on the pipe? They are, aren't they? The germs are on the pipe, they're not in the pipe. Like the surface germs, aren't they? They're on the ladder, they're on that bit of pipe, but if you look at the water doesn't have any germs in it. Yeah, so I don't really need to worry about that. I was a bit worried that we were going to be pumping germified water because I was thinking, oh, I'll use this water in a minute, I'll go and pump it somewhere else, and then realised there might be germs. It's not, yeah, but it doesn't matter, Gordon. Pipes that go through chlorine don't have any effect. Only pipes in a reservoir have an effect, which is why I was going to build some reservoirs here. That was my next plan. Put some reservoirs here and put that water into it, but I don't need to because it doesn't have germs in it. How are these guys still... There were like a million... There we go. That was the move. I'm trying to click through to get to the move thing that has a priority on it. But there are so many eggs here. There. See it? That's the one. I put that on at 8. That's all the queued up moves out of that room. If you've got a critter drop-off station in that egg hatching room and set it to 0, any hatchlings will be auto-wrangled out of that room. You've got some of them to go. Basically, the pickup room here is designed to be dropped off into here. This sensor here, once this is set up, this will basically send a... If there are below 12 eggs or hatchlings in here, then it will open that chute, otherwise it will close it and all the eggs will go that way. So we're going to drown anything beyond 12 when this is running, but I need to get rid of the excess first. Anyway, that's that done, I think. We just need to make sure I turn that off when that gets full. It's a slaughterhouse. It's a drowning room, Elcar. So what happens is, that egg there, it tries to go into here, but it can't because it's full, so it goes here. It gets dropped into that water, it incubates, hatches, the hatch drowns, becomes meat, and a shell. The meat and shell is picked up. The shell is crushed into lime to make steel, and the meat goes up here to the kitchen, where the electric grill will make it into barbecue. And they like barbecue, so we have barbecued hatchlings. Probably sweet FX, but it's all completely free meat, so who cares? Yeah, it's totally not a slaughterhouse. We don't slaughter anything. We're not cruel like that. They die of natural causes. It's not my fault that they were born into water, is it? It's a shame, really. Exactly, they die in their environment. We don't directly kill them. They just end up in a room full of water. I don't, you know. Took a wrong decision here and they end up there, you know. Wow, has that gone down already? Okay. Right, how are we doing for oxygen? Hydrogen's building up. We did talk about hydrogen power supply. Talked about a few things, actually. How much oxygen are we making? We can either improve the spawn, or we can make a hydrogen power station. Although I'm not convinced we're going to get enough out of this. Once that's empty, we don't make a huge amount of hydrogen. I think I probably want to make a new spawn when I do that. So let's not focus on that. That water's filling up. So I guess we can start getting into steel and oil production. Sorry, yeah, steel and plastic production, I mean. Which is all going to happen. Let's see. So most of it's down here. Do we have the power for this? I think I did think about combining 2 more of these. So basically having 2 conductive wires. I'm worried about the amount of materials that we actually have. So I was thinking about either cooling that water. So we tame that and cool the water. You've got a bottle emptier over the germ polluted tank that you probably don't want that. This one. I mean, that can be a very low... If I make it a very low priority, they won't do it unless they need to, will they? At some point, I'm going to need a water filter on this because there's actual water here that's coming all the way down. This is rapidly turning into dead space. I feel like I want to chill that water more than it's currently chilled. If I remember correctly from Edge's Pass, you need 2 electrolyzers per hydrogen power plant. Yeah, there's basically something, there's designs for it. I can make a proper spawn. It looks a bit like a triangle because you have like 2 pumps down here and 1 up there. The hydrogen goes that way and gets taken out by this one, and then the oxygen comes this way. There's a design for it. It's just what I want to focus on next is the real question. I'm not happy with the current base temperature. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's like barely under control though. This room is at 29 Celsius now. If that gets to 30, those crops stop growing. So we're not really on top of the base temperature. Also, I need plastic and steel. So do I make an aqua tuner to cool the base down, or make an aqua tuner to make steel? Even though I can technically make some steel by heating this up. So I can still make steel. I'm not making plastic, but I'd have the same problem with plastic. I'm going to generate a lot of heat. And I need to put the heat somewhere. I kind of feel like if the base gets too warm, the food production stops. And yes, we have a lot of food. Cooler system pipes of -10 water. What was I doing with that -10 water? Is it down here somewhere? That's at 20... This thing is in 10 cycles it's dormant, then it's active for like 70. This is about to be inactive for 70 cycles. Well, 60. So yeah, it's about to do nothing. What I could do is just chill this water down and then send this water all the way up to the basin or around the basin. Basically have cold polluted water here. If I have cold polluted water here, What we could do is build an aquatuner turbine setup here. Yeah. Chill that right down because it's polluted. And then send the water, insulated pipes, all the way up here. And replace this current cooling loop. So it doesn't go into that anymore. And send it on a big loop through the base there. And let that cool the base down. That's an option. I might just do that. Where's the power? Here. So I could build it here, couldn't I? Lol, chickens. Mate, I had a lot of help. Clean that out. Can you turn down the temperature on the current loop? What do you mean turn it down? Oh boy, we're gonna flood. Stop. Okay, that's interesting. I never knew the game did that. That's very interesting. Right, so currently that automation's showing green, which is correct, because there's fewer than 11 things in here. Everything else has now gone in there. Liquid vent will overpressure if there's a full tile of water above it, so it wouldn't flood it. Oh, it would have closed automatically. Yeah, so there's a full tile of water here, and nearly a full tile of water here, so it was about to stop. Picked up eggshell, look at that. It's beautiful. Oh no, this little guy seems to have spawned inside water and he's drowning. That was an unlucky choice he made, wasn't it? Well. Probably going to be working over her for a bit, so it probably makes sense to do that. Right, so we're building an aquatuner thingy here and cool that water down. And then basically we're going to pump this water away in a big cooling loop. Is the plan. So we're going to do a liquid pump down here. And we probably want to have a... This is just going to continue. Actually, we don't need to pump this water, do we? Thinking about it. We just set the pipe loop up. We'll just need insulated pipe down to here on a return loop. I'd say another reason I was going to make a spawn was to allow Briscoe to be spawned. too many jobs. Jason Reader, good evening. We could use this water somewhere. But I might just leave that water there. That's like a, I'm getting desperate and I need some water. There we go. Rather than just fill this up completely. Let's tidy that up. Right, we need a thermo aquatuner thingy-mabobsky. Have we got enough steel? Yes, we do. Right, where's the aquatuner? Let's put it over this side. That'll do. I want to make that from steel. So you want to step it onto another block. Or not. Does it matter? I'll put it on another block. Oren, thank you for 2 months. Tricky part about this is going to be getting it like flooded and stuff. You're watching 45 minutes, you have no idea what's going on. Mate, I felt the same way when I started playing the game. I have no idea what's going on. And even now, I still don't. Like yesterday, we built our first research study terminal, and I had to handle radiation. And I literally had no idea what was going on. But basically, those radiation lamps produce radiation. This absorbs it and fires a bolt of radiation at that thing, which reflects it around there into here. This absorbs rad bolt, and you can just do science with that. It's just magic. So you basically come into here, decide what you want to do next, computing, signal counters and stuff, who knows. Renaissance art? Bit of Renaissance art? Sure. Why not? Once we cool the base down, I'm going to move our farm from here to here, because these are just dead tiles. Once that research is done, we're going to get paintings. You know that Digger Dan is going to build that now and then complain he can't get out. I'll tell you what, it's a long way for a bathroom break, isn't it? I should probably make more toilets. You've got to go all the way back here to go to the bathroom. I really do need to have a toilet facility down here. Maybe we should put it near Digger Dan's memorial. Just put the bathroom next to his memorial there. Make it so you have to walk past his memorial every time you want to go to the toilet. Just so it's like, remember. Remember Dan. Right, this is now full on water, isn't it? Turn that off. Let's have a look at the germs in here. Polluted water. So what's happening here, in case you don't know, is this is the germ overlay. This is polluted water, so you can't drink it. It's like grey water, but this has also got lots of germs in it. So what we do is we pump it into these reservoirs here. This contains the polluted water. That is then sent through to the water sieve, which makes it into fresh water. But these basically shut-off valves just hold the water in this room, and this room is full of chlorine gas. And the chlorine kills off the germs. So we hold it in here long enough to kill the germs, and you can see it says polluted water here, but no germs. On this side it says water. So what I can do now is turn that one on, and basically allow... Sorry, turn it on and allow it to flow into here. But now we can turn this one on and allow the water out of here. And that will flow and drop into this container here. And this is the water that we use to irrigate our crops. Why is Dan a memorial? Because he died. He died of his own stupidity. And the turbine, refined metal, and oh, we need 200 kilogram of plastic. How big is this thing? Doesn't show me. Can't see how big it is until I've got plastic. How do I make plastic? Right, I need to make some metal. How much have we got? Iron ore, 650. 2.5 tons of lime, that's not bad. I feel like we're running out of iron here. I suppose we've got plenty of that. Let's convert some of that. I have 2 tons of iron initially. I'm not sure exactly how wide the turbine is. I think it's that. Is it 3 high turbine? I'm guessing. I think that's right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why iron is so bad, but it is bad. I'm gonna get rid of lime from there. I don't need to know anymore. A smooth hatch egg? What? What's this? Why have we got a smooth hatch egg? What does that do? Excrete refined metal. I don't want to... No. No, 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 no. No. Drown. Bad egg. Steam turbines 5 wide. So I think I got it right then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there we go. So we'll fit into that, won't it? I think I need to not do that because I need to put a bottle thingy here. I need to fill that with water. That we'll probably have to get from here. We got another one. What the? I know he's drowning. I've none of that smooth egg thing. Is that just an anomaly? Is there like a really small chance of that happening? Yeah, that's why I'm going to flood it. To remove the gas. Well, as far as I know, what you can do is you can put some polluted water here and then normal water on top of it, and that will fill those tiles up, and that makes it a vacuum. And then when you start the turbine up, the polluted water will turn into dirt, which you don't care about, and that gets it running, and that way you don't have to use too much water, or you can just fill it with water. And sometimes you have to leave that tile off so you don't get any surface tension on the water though. Smooth hatches are pretty good. Not when you're trying to farm them, they're not. A video about insulation. Thermal insulation. Oh my god. They made a video. What is this? That plant's making me hot. Yes, with my thermal overlay, I can see it's too hot in here. My plants don't like it too hot. Aha! If I crank this fan all day, I can cool the room down. And then I get hot doing this, but my plants will grow. That's made me tired. I've got a better idea. Let's insulate the room. And now when we cool it, it stays cool. What a genius. What an arcade. It's cold in here now. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I can't believe they did that. Right, where's the old power? Conductive wire. How's our gas situation going now? Wow, that's filling back up rapidly. I might actually have to make more tanks for all this gas. Is that one active? Next dormancy. Oh, that's about to go dormant. I think that might be enough tanks, actually. I think they're both pumping into it at the moment. I should change that for the other sensor, the Atmos sensor, shouldn't I? That was made out of steel. Have I got any steel left? I have 0 steel. Hang on. Can I have a bit of steel, please? I do need to get some more iron, really. There's some iron there. We can grab that.
Happy 5 months, Sclove.
We can so grab that. PJAR, thank you for 5 months. El Plagiato, thank you for 9 months of Peanut membership. There's another natural gas geyser over here. You know, if we can basically tame that and pump the gas over here, drop it into that loop, which is completely doable, we'll have natural gas forever. The only problem is to generate heat, but we can deal with the heat. We should look to get this thing capped off and used. Was that the nasty one, or was that something else? A saltwater geyser. Okay. Is that going to be a high temperature one? Do you reckon? What temperatures does saltwater geyser come out at? It's like 90. You don't really have the tech to deal with saltwater right now. Well, that's one way of doing it, Hannah. In before imp boxes are in. They give you table salt. I have salt water. I could make table salt now. I'm telling you, Hannah is going to box herself in, or somebody's going to box her in. Wait for it. Thing is, I'm going to need insulated pipes on. Unreachable build. Still don't have any steel. Yeah, we have a big pile of table salt here. If we wanted to make that into table salt... Sorry, we have salt water. If we want to make that into table salt, what do we need to do with it? Is there a machine that will deal with that? I feel like I probably should turn that off now. Yep, that's basically pressurized. A rock crusher. Wait, you take salt water and crush it in a rock? Salt to table salt. We have 31 tons of salt available. I have 31 tons of salt. I don't need salt water. Flippin' heck. There you go. That'll make a ton of salt. That should take a while to get through. That's more salt than you need in a lifetime. We still don't have any steel. I'm literally waiting on steel to build a sensor. This is annoying me. See, like, I know I keep saying this, but in RimWorld, I could order these around. I could say, right, make iron, then make steel, and if you have enough of these, make that. I'm currently waiting on these guys to come and actually turn iron into steel. Wimworld. Oops. Wimworld. Sorry. Let me pronounce it correctly. Wimworld. Oh, look, we have table salt. We still don't have steel. You could do it with automation and tow them. Yeah, that's not the point. Add a light over the refinery. Why will that help? Does that make him do stuff quicker? Light sensor. They work faster if there's light on their stations. Okay. So if we have a ceiling light, which I'm not allowed to put down. Is that allowed to go there? Duplicate motion sensor. Like that. Oh, I get it. Is that why when they stand at a terminal they do this? Is that so they activate motion sensors? That makes sense, actually. I'm waiting for this to hit 100 Celsius. There it goes. 100 Celsius. Yeah, they'll reach it. I'll make sure they reach it. Do it that way. It's weird how she chose to go that way. Why is that an unreachable build? A lot of things being weighted on here, not getting done. There's only Hannah down here. There's plenty of suits. Wait, we shine oxygen. Oh, hello. We have plenty being made, but hardly any making it down to the suits. Because if we can't get the oxygen in the suits, nobody can work down here. So everything's getting held up. Okay. Well, I don't need to worry about this thing for now. Got plenty of natural gas, but we don't have plenty of hydrogen, oxygen. That's why we've got no steel. Nobody can get down though. I think we can build it on this side and just pump it into the tanks. Because these are always pressurized because they take oxygen quite early, whereas these are right at the end of it all. Let's see. It's 11 high. One. Let's build a spawn. Four kilowatts over 1. Jeez, that's not good. That is quite a big branch. That's that one though. I could hook her up with that one and upgrade the wire. Wait, is the how do you make the wire bridge into conductive? Is there a conductor? Ah, the conductive wire bridge. That's my own question. Did that wrong. See, we need like another transformer here just to split some of this off. Don't they mind having a transformer in the kitchen? I also broke the heavy watt wire. Did I? What did I do? Where's the breakage? Is that not connected? It looks connected. I don't see a problem. Oh, I don't understand what I've done exactly. The last transformer is not a big wire. So if I just do that, presume that'll fix it. Power transformer, large power transformer. Decor plus 10%. Decor minus 10 and a radius of 2 tiles. So if I put it in the kitchen, they're not going to love it, but I can put a statue in there to compensate for it. So I'll put them two like that. Wait, can't we do a painting now? Large canvas painting. Just put that in the kitchen. I'll keep him happy. I should have made it out of copper. Apparently that improves the decor a bit. Dirt Bob, there isn't really anything that comes close to Dero Valley, if I'm perfectly honest. As sad as that is. No. Okay, right, let me just slow this down a sec. Now that that is built, we need to disconnect some stuff. Have a duplicate with a masterwork skill paint something. Steam achievement. Right, so that's now coming up. I want to connect it to that. It's connected to those. Right, so I just need to work out how to split it. Canadian John, good morning. Current load 840. The skill scrubber takes 480 watts, but that's only when it's in use. These sieves and these pumps are what's taking the most power. Potential load 2 kilowatts, current load 0. It can't be 0. Doesn't make any sense. Something not right here. Is that connected? I feel like there's something not right, but I don't know what. This one's strained and this one's not doing anything. Power available, 1000 joules. 10 watts. I have to split these slightly differently, aren't I think it's because these are run the fridges. That's what's draining it. What if I just have them do the fridges then? There's so many fridges in it. Well, they're holding all the food. Why don't we just send that through there? Send that through there. Try that. I'm not sure it models that eagle eye. Kevin, thank you for 71 months. That's a bit happier. Right, let's get this. To the parts of the fridge as conductive wire. I don't think that's the issue though, is it? Because that transformer can only chuck out 1,000 watts. So if the draw on it is more than 1,000, which it will be, if somebody goes into the skill scrubber, or that water sieve activates, that door can't. That door's sealed off, so that's not really an issue. Peterbilt, thank you for 98 months. Who's your pick for the race today? That's a very good question. I did not see the pole position. That came out of nowhere. Nevertheless, I think you probably got to put your money on Piastri with Norris in second. Maybe Leclerc can hold third, maybe. But third place could be unexpected podium, I think. Since the fridges are in CO2, they don't need power. Are you sure? Refrigerator, 28 Celsius. Stores food at an ideal temperature to prevent spoilage. Stored temperature 1 Celsius. So at the moment, it's 26 Celsius in that room. If I turn the fridges off, they'll come up to 26 Celsius but be sat in CO2. Will they still be okay? I don't know. Food doesn't go off in CO2. Are you sure? Right, let's see. We want that. And then I think we want mesh tile. Give it a native iron, I guess. Oh, caved. I never power fridges when they're in CO2 and never had problems. So I could just turn them off. How on earth has a Draco got in here? Like, seriously? That guy is going to get cooked in here if he stays in here. We have to come in from the top, I think. The Draco's been wandering around since the morning. It came in from the bottom left of your base when you had some chlorine gas and walked off. You can't really do much about them because they can just scale walls and stuff. They're really annoying. Oh, we finally made some steel. Amazing. Been so long I can't even remember what I was doing with it. Oh yeah, so basically we need to get the oxygen so that we can actually put some air in these Atmos suits so we can actually carry on working on the aquatuner. That's it. I was on another yak shave. You gotta love yak shaves in this game. What else do we want? We want the actual, what are they called? These things, electrolyzers. And then we need to build over the top of that thing. Like that. We ever want to go that way? Not sure. Say not. Shouldn't really come in here. Just take it down and convert it to the hull. Not yet, no. Just think, when I make this and we've got all the oxygen flowing, I can actually print Briscoe. I need to think about what a person I want, actually. I could probably do with somebody that can be a rocket engineer. That would be kind of useful. doctor. Well, maybe. We've got Dr. Wiki Tom. The problem is the steel is down at the bottom of the base, and to go and get it, they have to go a long way. Iron available 70. Tell me I need to make more. Oh, that oil's... Oh no, it's at 100. Yeah, hot oil. Lovely. You're new to the game. I want to make a spawn too, but all I have access to is a school team. But can I use the hot water to make oxygen, or is it going to cook my base? So what's going to happen, Mandy, is you can totally use hot water and split it into hydrogen and oxygen. But what you're going to have is hot hydrogen and hot oxygen. You got 23 kilograms of iron. I do, so why do I need to make more? So what's going to happen then is if you pump that hot oxygen into your base, you'll totally heat up your base. What you could do is you could look at trying to cool it by sending it through something that's naturally cool. Just be careful that you don't cool it too much. But you can, if you pump hot oxygen in your base, you are going to heat your base up. It's saying it uses 70 kilograms of iron for 10 kilograms of steel. Yep. I can't build that because the ladder's in the way. I need to put a lid on this base. Need somebody to go and get steel. I think I'm going to have to do this and then do that until this is done. Because I need to be able to get into here. Them smart battery. Yeah, you gotta find somewhere cool to get rid of that heat initially. The alternative that you can do, Mandy, is just basically bring ice into your base. Like one option is, I used in the early days, was have a storage bin, and then basically select ice in here, tick the ice box, and dig ice out the ice biome, and they'll come and put the ice in here, and that will cool the water down. Which is a manual run, but it will get you going. You cool the water down, you can then take the hot oxygen and send it through this water and cool it off. So, you know, there are ways of doing things. What is... Slow that down a sec. Don't you need 2 air pumps per oxygen? We've got 1 here and 1 here and 1 here. So you need... These are for the oxygen, this is for the hydrogen. This is how I understand this works. Power transformer. Go on to this. And then we need a... gas reservoir. Are you sure this new spawn will be enough? I think it produces 1 kilogram per second. That's enough for 10 dupes. Is it enough? Well, given that one as well, maybe. I've only got 13 dupes, and we've got this one here. So it's just going to supplement that one. I can't remember what that was producing. It was more than 1,000. I think it's producing 1,600, this one. So with another one, that's 2.6 kilograms per second, which is enough for 26 tubes. And I've got 13, so that should be enough, shouldn't it? No, I'm not replacing it. No. It's in addition to... I'm not going to tear all that down. There's no point. This is a slightly more efficient version. Because I think what this does that that one doesn't is it kind of separates the hydrogen and oxygen out into 2 oxygens. I don't know. I didn't design it. I've got to try and work out how to plumb it all up though. The old one would be enough, but the suit storage expansion takes so much. Which is kind of weird in a way. Because they're only breathing oxygen that would normally breathe. Like, what I'm trying to say is, if you put an Atmo suit on and go breathing oxygen, you're now not breathing oxygen in the base. So it should be a net zero effect, really. There's a tile to dig in the middle. Wait, what? Whereabouts? Nuki World, thank you for 4 years. Inaccurate Marksman, thank you for 92 months. Right, ventilation. Need a gas bridge. Just about here somewhere. There, I think. Underneath the top pump. Or am I missing a tile or something? Block of fallen dirt. I mean, I need to clean the base out, if that's what you mean. Gas pipe. I'm not sure why it does this. But that's what it's got on the design. Oh, is that a buffer? That bridges over and connects to the input, presumably. And then this pipe comes in through there. It's to cool down the hydrogen generator a bit. Gotcha. Something I don't quite get is what this... No, this isn't right. This isn't right. On the design, oh I see, comes up from here. Goes like that. Basically, that's hydrogen. It's going to take it into storage, and then the excess is going to get pumped out, isn't it? That's what it's going to do. And the rest is going to go through. So it's going to take precedence, have a buffer tank of hydrogen to power the hydrogen generator. Okay, that makes sense. And then there's a main tank, main pipeline that runs through the middle here. Quiet Presence, how you doing? We are still waiting on steel. This is insane. Go and get me some steel. You have plenty of it. I just need the automation set up, which I can't do yet. So, here's a question, right? Do I need to vacuum this out before I start it? Got to get the water in here, which I presumably I can just route into there. I need a kickstart and a way to purge the unwanted, but no vacuum needed. I can't remember how you kickstart the whole thing. You have to get a little generator outside. So this is then going to be the oxygen feed, isn't it? Which I need to effectively split into this thing. So it's going to have a gas bridge initially. I bridge that one on there. And bridge that one on there. Just do it that way. So, do we literally kickstart this with a mouse wheel, or just connect some power off that? Do we need to kickstart this bit or that bit? I presume this bit. I mean, I could just route some power onto it and give it a bit of juice. Oh my god, it's too hot in here. Look, it's 30.8 in the base. This is not going to grow anymore. It's 30 at the top of the room and 29.6 at the bottom. That will stop growing at 30. So yeah, the food's about to die unless I can cool it down. To kickstart the pumps and the whole thing is filled with hydrogen and oxygen. Well, I've finally got a bit of steel. At the moment it will kill the hydrogen generator in the Atmos suits if the polluted oxygen gets to them. Shall I just put some... I can't even fit a diffuser in here. This is the hydrogen, which needs to basically go up here. So I need to feed it into this one, don't I? Isn't this going to slow everything down? I'm a bit concerned if I pump the hydrogen into here, because that seems to be quite full. Yeah, that's a full pipe. So if I put this pipe into that, the whole thing's going to nope out. Just venture into space for now. Feels bad, man. It feels bad venting hydrogen into space. The second thermonomifier helped the temperature problem. I can't remember where it is. If I'm perfectly honest. Okay, how do I clean this? I need to clean this out of polluted oxygen, but it's full of it. Every time somebody walks in here, it's going to put polluted oxygen in there. This thing's going to need power, isn't it? Just let it pump out vents, what do you mean? It's going to break machines though, isn't it? Big machine. There's a lab desk and a teleporter. Have a temporary vent outside the room to pump all the air until the room is clear. As in, just repurpose one of these pumps and pump the air out. How could that be making so much hydrogen? That's crazy. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a tank here for now, just to get us going. We'll deal with it in a minute. The pipes confuse you. So this is pretty much ready to rock and roll. I need to set some values. Right, that needs to be above 750. And the other ones need to be above 450. So they're now applied. This is all ready to rock and roll, effectively. We can get power to that. That would deodorize it fairly quickly, I think. How long does that take to clear that room out, do you think? So that'll stop anything getting in. That'll stop the polluted stuff getting in. It's clearing it out. But I don't think this stuff that's sink here will come up though. This place is full of polluted oxygen, so I think they're going to have to stay anyway. Or at least that one is. On the entrance. It's a teleport for gas, minerals and water where the stuff goes nobody knows. You would pull everything out. So that can't work because it has a missing tile because the door's open. Is that genuinely for real? I have to have that door closed for that to actually operate. That's amazing. Now, is it me or is this thing basically fixing the problem? There's a little bit of polluted down there. But not much. So use some mechanic for turning things off and on. That's actually crazy. There's a little bit of polluted. It's getting dealt with by that. So if I close that, that stops complaining and starts working. It's mad. I never knew that was a thing. So with a manual airlock or any other airlock like this, if it's open, the thing above it is no longer considered to be on a solid object and turns off. Of course, the problem here is I can't get power to that very easily. I think we turn it on. I think most of it, there's a bit of polluted around, but not much. It's mostly dealt with. Like little speckles of it lying around. No, Matt, not at all. The more dupes you have, though, the more food and oxygen you need, and water and stuff, so you have enough to do the job. a bit there, look. There's a bit there that keeps moving around, you see it? I'm not sure, Elka. I really don't know, mate. Annoyingly, there's a bit flying around here that I can't get rid of. After getting the game after watching streams, I ended up abandoning my first playthrough. It was out of algae. The start of a new game to now for a break from it. You can always dig up more algae, but you need to get an oxygen thing going at some point. So you would have thought this would pump the air out, chuck it here. The air would get deodorized and get drawn back through that door. You would have thought this would clear out. Yeah, I know the airlock's open. If I close it, there won't be any air coming back in. What should come back in is deodorized air. You want to make it draw a vacuum? Trip, why you don't? Where was that other nullifier? Somebody spotted it. I remember it being in this biome, I think. There it is. You're playing only, I see, last few days and lurking. Who's that, Trip? I'll just put a power one down. Unlocking full access to foster cache buried beneath the ancient specimen requires excavation of all deposit sites. Scattered fragments. This is one of them, presumably. How do we excavate this? Thanks for the off-screen entertainment. What? A skill required operation. Wait a minute, do we have to have some kind of specific skill to do this? It's not hazmat digging, is it? Data analysis, maybe? Is there a skill involved? Or is this something we have to research? Skill required operation, it says. Digger down requires learned skill. Cannot excavate fossil, requires learned skill. Oh, yeah. Decorator John's got it. Excavate fossil. It's number 3 on John's list after they finish their current errand. Research or decorating or digging, apparently. There he comes. Or maybe not. Or if we make it a higher priority then. Right. Is it me, or is there basically nothing in here now? Vacuum. I think we're good. So now we can start the whole machine. So now we can put that to 750, I think it was on. Should turn that off. We can then destroy the gas bridge. Well, it's doing something. get bits of CO2 down the line. Okay. That's a problem. We appear to be pumping that's pure oxygen. That's got some... Is that just a initialization problem? I don't know where it came from. Presume that should be like that. So they're saying they don't have enough power. Do I basically need to just connect some power up for now until it gets going? What I don't understand is what's powering this anyway? Like, where's it getting its power from at all? If you look at the diagram, it's literally like this. So how can that smart battery... what does that even need to be set to? I don't know. Need to close the bottom room. Dupe's let the gas in. What do you mean the bottom room? Well, it is closed now. Once they've finished getting all the stuff out. Why does it keep stopping? Is it just because of that? I feel like it should be running continuously, but it's not. Okay, well the doors are closed now, so... Once this is closed, that'll be it, won't it? We've still got nothing coming down to these Atmos suits. Look at this. I'm going to do, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change it so that half of it carries on and half of it goes to the Atmo suit. I can't be starving the base so that the Atmo suits can get filled. We're going to change this as well. Right, we'll have 50-50. Okay, I'm trying to get it so that more oxygen comes down through the base. So we've got 2 full pipes now of oxygen thanks to having 2 machines. They can't run continuously anymore. I think that's making 2.6k and the pipes can only handle 2. So you either go for 2 full pipes or 3 not quite full pipes. I don't know which is better. Like 3 nearly full pipes of oxygen. I guess you could have, I don't know, you could have 2 full pipes go into the base and then split a feed for that thing, which is kind of what it's doing. Shouldn't the sensors in this bomb be element sensors, not pressure sensors? According to design, no. Basically, if you detect a very small amount of hydrogen, you don't want to just turn on. Because you'll just keep activating a powered pump when there's hardly any hydrogen to pump away. So the theory is, because you know the only things that can exist in that room are hydrogen and oxygen, you're better off with effectively a pressure sensor that says, when there's enough hydrogen here, pump it away. Because you know what's going to be in that room, hydrogen and oxygen, so you don't need an element sensor. I haven't got it connected, it's been running self-powered for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna take a split from this. Hello, bunny bird. Bunny. Look, you just turned up. Hello. She's popped in for a quick visit, haven't you? Hmm? Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Bonnie time. What's the temperature in the base? Too hot. You are not biting the microphone. No, you're not biting the microphone. No, you're not. You're crazy. She's in a playful mood.
Yes. No.
Aren't you? You're in a playful mood. Have you had your lunch? Had your lunch? Apparently she's had lunch. Right, I'm going to split this, and we're going to send one run to these Atmo thingies, and then the excess will carry on. So we're going to have a third pipe run down the inside here, not through that gas vent. Thank you very much. And we'll go underneath. Like that. And what we'll do is we'll basically... we'll take half of this. So that'll go 50-50. Half of it will come this way. And then that'll get split to supplement those pipes. This lot will come down to here, where it will basically be used to fill those up, and then any excess can carry on. Is the plan. Effectively, that is going to be... that's going to be the main throughput from there. Which is going to be that pipe there. Needs to resolve the cooling issue. Yes. So, let me pause this, Adrian. I've been on a yak shave, mate, right? In order to cool the base, I need to build an aqua tuner. In order to build the aqua tuner, I need the steel. In order to make the steel, I need dupes that can come down to the refinery and activate the machines, and also build the aqua tuner, because you need to have a suit on. But they couldn't put their suit on because they didn't have any oxygen to fill the suits. So in order to basically cool the base, I've had to build another spawn so that I've got enough oxygen to fill the Atmo suits, so that I can go down into the basement and make the aqua tuner and cool the base. That's the yak shave we've been on for the last 90 minutes. And now I'm just making sure that more oxygen gets down to the bottom of the base. And then we can cool the base. But there's also a secondary project in the operation now where we're going over to another nullifier over here, which will also help cool things. What's an aqua tuner? It's like a heat pump. Think of it as a heat pump by a different name. Right, so this is going to go straight through there like that. So it's just going to bypass this. Let me just prioritize that for now. Perfect. And then this is going to get cut here. Didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. Wrong button was pressed. Okay, off it goes again. Okay, that should be it. So what this should mean is these two pipes here go to the base. I mean, this is the other problem I'm fighting. I'm pumping 35 Celsius oxygen into this place. If I was to pump cooler oxygen around the base, I'd have a better time of it. Okay, so what should happen is these two pipes on the right go straight through, because that bridge jumps over there and just bypasses. This one here, which should be... One second, why is that? Oh, don't tell me a bridge merge causes a gap. A bridge slows things down, doesn't it? Does a bridge slow things down? It feels like a bridge slows things down. I want these to be fully stacked pipes, and this one's not stacked. It should be. Well, hang on, that bridge is not slowing that one down. So why is this one getting slowed down here? There's like a full stack of oxygen here. Why is there a gap appearing? There's one more between them. It's trying to go up. Why is it trying to go up, this stupid thing? It's blocked from the top. Or from here. Okay, that's interestingly random. Okay, so anyway, we've got two full stacks going that way now. And then the... what's this? The gas vent normal. Where did you come from? You shouldn't be there. I don't want the vent. The vent shouldn't be there. There we go. That's what should be happening. That is now the Atmos suit line. Which basically... Oh god, why are you flowing in here? Oh my life. Seriously, game? All I want is for the excess. Okay. All I want is for the excess oxygen from this line to go back into that line if it needs it. No LCOR, because I don't want it to split. I want this to have priority, and anything left goes there. So my thinking was, a bridge takes a bridge will take priority. So if I put the bridge here, it will take all that oxygen if it can. If not, the rest will go down that pipe and back that way. But typically the game is like, oh, I can go that way. I probably need a bridge here to come back or something. It does take priority. A bridge will take priority. That's how they work. What I probably need to do is something like that. And say, right, go that way. And then back that way. Maybe. This is one of the foibles of the game. So this thing can't dump the oxygen back there now. What if we have like that, deconstruct that bridge? Gonna try something. If a vent is at full pressure, if you go through a vent like that and this is fully pressurized, will it carry on and go past it? Yes, it will is the answer. Okay, that seems to be working now. So that line there pressurizes the Atmos suits, and then the excess seems to feed back into that. You can further improve by connect Atmos sensor to the vents and stop the vent from working over 1500. Okay, right. That's one issue dealt with. Now I have a bigger issue, temperature. So, getting back to the original plan. Hopefully they've now got oxygen in those suits. Apparently not, but they're filling. Right, I'm going to save that because that's a significant thing done. I would have thought self-fire that it wouldn't make any difference, but could be wrong. Right, so turbine. Are we allowed to build a turbine yet, or do we still need plastic? We need plastic. Right. Next shack shave incoming. How do we build plastic quickly? Guessing we need an oil refinery. Refinement. Let's see. Ethanol distiller. Nice. Oil refinery converts crude oil into petroleum and natural gas. Okay. Overheat temperature 75. That's disgusting. I'm going to have to make it out of steel then, otherwise it'll 100% overheat. Also, I assume the same polymer press makes plastic. But I need... Don't I need to convert that to petroleum first? Polymer press requirements. Plastic monomer. Plastic monomers... Converts plastic monomer into raw plastic. Okay, how do we get a plastic monomer? That produces petroleum. That requires plastic monomer. How does that work? That also overheats at 75. That needs 400 steel. That needs 200 steel. That's 600 steel. And IF 825. Steve-o. I'm thinking of just building up here out the way of all that and just have a refinery here. That's what I'm thinking. If you've researched plastic, you can look at the in-game knowledge base to find out what buildings you need. Have we researched plastic? That's the question. Plastic transitions to liquid naphtha. Blimey. Okay, this is useful. Plastic. Yeah, let's just figure it out. To get all this mopped up. Ooh, gold amalgam. Crude oil to refinery to petrol, yeah. Polymer press to plastic. And we're going to cool it by sending the heat down into this 100 Celsius oil. This oil is going to end up as hot as this magma when I'm done. I'm going to cool this water down to like sub-zero. And then going to send it up to the base and just cool that down to nearly zero. And then that's going to cool everything down. So I think this oxygen is responsible for moving quite a bit of the heat around. It's basically bringing 30 Celsius oxygen. In fact, that's a 50 Celsius. That's insane. We're pumping 50 Celsius oxygen into the base. Because the temperature around here is ridiculous now. Maybe I should just divert it into here. It's kind of hard to control though, isn't it? Cozy, yeah. It's like being in Dubai. So the temperature here is like minus 16. We can pump the oxygen through that, can't we? Gas brings way less heat than water. It does. It does, but if you're bringing 50 Celsius oxygen down there, it's not exactly helping, is it? You can expose those hallways to the vacuum of space. Vacuums don't really do very much. If you've got oxygen and you get it cooled down here, send those pipes through it, maybe put some thermal plates behind it, it's going to help, right? You can cool it down with 1 or 2 Wheezeworts. What, so you think I should put Wheezeworts next to the pipes? Is that what you're saying? Because that's easier. So if I slap a couple of Wheezeworts near these pipes, that'll cool it down. Well, I'm trying to come up with temporary solutions because this is taking longer than I wanted to. Oil refinery. With what of radiant pipes? Wait, what am I building this out of? Steel. One refinery enough? And then we output into, presumably just chuck it out into a couple of tanks of petroleum. That's the biggest tank we can make. One's enough to supply 2 polymer presses. Actually, do these things have an overheat temperature on them? $75. Make it of gold, maybe? Check the output on the refinery. What do you mean check the output? Takes crude oil, outputs petrol. Plus some other gas, wasn't it? Didn't it output, like... natural gas? Where does the gas come out? There's no output for the gas. Okay, that's hugely confusing. What? Wait, what? It just... Are you kidding me? What? It just kind of comes out? The oil just comes out? Are you serious? It doesn't... What? You build an oil refinery and it just, like, squirts it out the top of the machine? Because that makes sense. Oh, the gas does. Right, okay. Thank God for that. Why is this liquid not spreading out properly? God, this is annoying. Plastic press will emit steam. Where's all that gonna go? We're gonna have a lovely mix of chemicals down here, aren't we? Polluted oxygen with some germs. Natural gas. Hydrogen. It's all gonna be around here. I love the way it just emits it so you can't control it properly. I think that's a genius idea. Good news is there won't be germs with the heat you're going to generate. You say that? You say that, mate. But these zombie spores down here survive to 260 Celsius. Do you think I should be bothered about you? I think I'll use that oil and be safe. I'll use this oil. I presume I need to pump it in though. Yeah, slime lung's not an issue. Zombie spores I'm worried about. I think it was 260. 290. Minus 105 to 290. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a lot. Basically, if you throw it in the magma, you'll be fine. Mind you, this oil will be 260 before long. I want to get this oil so hot that those zombie spores die. That's my goal. I'm just going to boil them to death. Throw all the heat in there and just boil them. That's a good point, actually. One of my things I was going to do was box this off into a little room. got to trap that heat. If you boil enough, it converts to petroleum. Does it really? Vaporization point 399 Celsius. I think we're good. We'll be fine for a while. Natural gas boilers. Right, let's see. They're on a switch. That's on power. 480 watts. It's got 700 on it at the moment. I should probably power it off the other one. This water is weird. It's 18 Celsius over here and it's 38 over there. It takes so long for that temperature to spread. Like, is it worth putting thermal tiles in here or not? I don't know. Once we get the aquatuner cooling it down, we might have to put some plates in there. You literally need something to just pump the water around, don't you? Just to kind of mix it up a bit. Right, liquid reservoir. Oops. You could add a separate liquid vent on the right side as well. I could, yeah. But consider this, once I start aquatuning this water, I've got the same problem. So really my question is, how do we dissipate the heat around this quickly? If I'm dumping cold water into here, or I'm sending thermo pipes through here, I want the heat to spread out, or rather, the heat to be taken away quickly. Because it doesn't seem to, like, drift very well. And I presume that's what those thermo plates, or whatever they're called, are for. Right, that's going to do that. Then we need a press. Is it 2 polymer presses, somebody said? Takes liquid in-type gas output pipe. Oh, it's got a pipe for this one. Affects plastic. You can put plates, but you risk heating up the water. The material used for those plates is hotter than the water. Hang on, I thought the plates just help things to conduct better. Like thermal plates, if you just put thermal plates, don't they just help, like, temperature to move quicker? Isn't that the whole point of them? Okay, yeah, if you build it from hot rock, then yes. I get that. With an aquatuner, you won't need them. I don't know where to put these things. I have no idea. Liquid. Gas. Wait, how do we get the plastic out of this thing? How does it... Where does the plastic go? Does it just drop out on the floor or something? It spits it out. Of course it does. Of course it does. I need to get some shipping down here. We're making things down here, we need shipping. What is that producing again? Is it CO2? What? What's coming out the vent? Is it steam or CO2? Made from gold, wasn't it? It'll spit CO2 out the vent, steam will emit from the building. Well, it's not going to condense. I don't know where it's going to go, but it ain't going to condense. Could just open this biome up and then it'll cool this down. Polymer press. I really wish it didn't just change things like that. It's like, I want to build this out of steel. Puts one down. You're out of steel. The next one's gold, mate. So you just go click, 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 and you end up with gold stuff. I'd rather it just say no. you can't build that from steel, choose something else. There's a mod for that. Of course there is. You really should have industrial brick for this. It's a kind of enclosed space for hot running buildings. It's cooled by steam turbines on top. Mate, the next steam turbine I make is going right here. And I can only make it when I get plastic. So guess what? I need to make plastic without a steam turbine. Did I open these? Let's face it, my first playthrough is going to be a bit messy and a bit ugly. Once you've gone through the process and you know what you need to do, the next time you build those buildings, you're like, hang on a minute. I need to plan for this. And then you're one step ahead then. You need plastic to make... I need plastic to make a turbine, which is interesting. Build another one of them now. Steel. Conductive wire. Thank you very much. Right, so what I'm not dealing with is the heat from this building. Unlike the oil refinery, you can actually send it... Sorry, the metal refinery, you can actually pump stuff in to cool it down. With this, it has no cooling. What's the best way of cooling these buildings down now, then? Do I just pump the gas away, or send some stuff around the back of it? There's some water on the floor. What? I like the first playthrough of this game makes it organic and exploratory. It's like asking a blind person to get through a maze. Like it's funny for everybody else watching. Short term, submerge them in a small amount of liquid like oil. Put a block on either side and have a thin layer of water to evaporate. So I can turn this on, but... the polymer press is the most annoying building to cool. Is it really? No gas output. So this is going to want to vent... CO2, presumably. Is it venting CO2? And then just exuding steam. I have a solution for CO2. It sits right here. If I try to bridge on there, I know what it'll do. It'll try and send CO2 that way. Because I know how this game works now. Well, that's what that does. That vents into space. That's exactly where that goes. What if I do that? Then that. Then that. Maybe that'll shut it up. Yeah, this is my CO2 vent. So we can get rid of everything except the heat now. What if we take this oil from here, which is at 158 Celsius currently, but yeah, it'll be like 94. And we just pump it round the back of that thing. Or this thing. Try and cool the machines down a bit. Put like a radiant pipe here or something. Send it through that. Chuck it back in there. It's not ideal, but it's a solution. I could just send it through there on a thermal tile. Igneous rock slow heating. A radiant liquid pipe. Overheat temperature -20. High thermal conductivity. There you go. So just send it through there like that. That bit. And then send it through there like that. And then insulate it in between. Insulate it on the way back. Liquid vent. Boom. There you go. That's my cooling solution. I had a warning about toilets then. This is interesting. Right, no germs, no germs. I'll just send those 2 tanks into that. I'd probably fill it up. What does that contain? That contains 5 tons, which is 5 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16. So that should fill that up. To about here. Pervy, this game is ridiculously in-depth. I literally, when I started playing this game, I had no idea of the depth that the physics goes to in this game. I think it's bonkers. They've got everything from gas simulation, liquid simulation, thermal conductivity, logic gates, like... It's just nuts. Ooh, that doesn't look right. Yeah, was that the nasty one? I think this was the nasty one. The do not touch this one. Polluted, germified, hot gas or something. I reckon if you're in high school, your physics teacher should just say, tell you what, for the next few weeks, we're not going to have any lessons. We're just going to all play Oxygen Not Included on the computer, and I'll walk around and answer questions. And I guarantee, after those few weeks, those students will know more about physics than they ever would by just sitting there listening to some lecture. Honestly, they'll come out of it having an appreciation of all kinds of stuff. You just imagine that. And they'll be playing a game. They'll be thinking, oh, this is great. This is not like being at school at all. This is fun. But actually, they're going to be learning a lot of stuff. Then in college, write a paper about a thermal nullifier. Yeah, why not? You never know. One of those students could go on to invent something crazy that they thought was not possible, but it was in the game. See if we can get that built. I think we can almost turn this on. That pump's turned on, so the oil's ready to go through the cooling pipes just as soon as they're ready. The only complaints is the overly simplistic modelling the electric load and wiring. I think they could have done more on that front, I agree. There are some aspects that don't make sense. That'd be brilliant, Kuba. Imagine that. These things look like... they kind of remind me of... What's that architecture? Where they've got like gargoyles on top of the churches. And they kind of look like they're like gargoyles ready to pounce and fly. That's what they kind of remind me of. Gothic, yeah, it's like a gothic thing, isn't it? There you go, pump's working. So liquid comes in at 95. Goes out at 60. It's getting cooled right now. Let's turn something on. See how it thinks about it. So if we turn that on... Oh, it actually needs an operator. Blimey. Oh, here we go. We're making our first petroleum. Woo! Oh, it's getting toasty. We're making our first petroleum, boys. Let's go. Don't know where the plastic's... Is the plastic going to come out somewhere? Oh! Ah. So the steam's coming out and instantly condensing. That's interesting. Okay, well, we can work with that. We can put a box around it. Just mop it up for now. That'll provide a bit of extra cooling. You built two of them. Well, somebody said one of these can feed two of them, so I went for two like a noob. I would like to be able to turn it off though. I mean, hey, we've got plastic. We actually have plastic. Scumbag. I hate it when you go to press G and you press H and it throws you all the way up there. Welcome to mid-game. I'm not too worried about that water. It might get boiled away, I don't know. It's going to condense somewhere though. That's the issue with it. I have 180 kilograms of plastic now. It's not perfect, I mean... Let's face it, we're not dealing with all the water right now. Oil's coming back at 88, but it's going out at 98. Our cooling pipe is currently being cooled. Curious. How much plastic do we need for a turbine? $200. So I got enough. I've got 300. See, just in time for the F1, we've made plastic. Genius. $64 Celsius, that water. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not a permanent setup, but it's a setup. We can actually make stuff. More importantly, we can make this aquatune and start cooling this water. What's that turbine? Steam turbine. We need 800 steel. Do we need to make... We don't need to make it out of steel, do we? I don't think the turbine gets that hot. We can make it out of iron. I haven't got enough gold left. I have to make some more gold. Okay, that made me jump. What's my little water alert thing? Turn that off. Turn that on. You can rely on the barbecue of drowning creatures to feed you, so you don't have to worry about overheating plants. Well, they're no longer growing, so now we're into the cooling is the most important thing. So yeah, after the F1, cooling the base is the most important thing now. We're going to basically pump... We're going to basically use this. I'm going to stop using that pool to cool this down, and we're going to cool it separately from down here with an aquatune polluted water setup. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm not going to die anytime soon. We've got 750,000 calories. I've now got 600 plastic, so I'm just going to turn this off now. I can let that run for a bit and make some more petroleum. We can use petroleum for something else, can't we? Yeah, basically. Right. Time to call it peeps. 72. Right, let's pause that. Okay, right, we're done. I'll be back after the F1, so it's coming up for 2 o'clock now. The F1 is normally about 2 hours, so as long as it doesn't rain, I'll be back at 4. If there's any stoppages,
Celebratory bump.
I'll be back later.
Thanks for keeping up with the game.
AMO, thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's very kind. Thank you. Perkytown, sorry I missed your Prime sub half an hour ago. Thank you very much if you're still here. I'll be back in about 2 hours, guys. But if the F1's delayed, it'll be a little bit longer. But, you know, in theory, 4 o'clock-ish. But that's it for me. I shall see you in a couple of hours. Bye for now.